Yerp!
We are on a special edition of Green Light today. I am Dr. Fax, and I am with my co-host, the Butter King, and we are with also our producer of our new show that will be starting July 19th and every Wednesday with new content, the Fax and the King. We will be talking trending topics, football stories. We're also going to be hammering college football this season coming up. So we're excited. Our producer, Fauché, everyone might not be familiar with him and his voice. Are you excited for Fax and the King?
I'm amped. I'm juiced. Couldn't be more thrilled.
Fauché, little back info. Fauché is a recent graduate from the University of Virginia. And so he's freshly out of college. And oddly enough, Beau, the Butter King, is still in college. So let's talk about that and how that's going for you, Beau.
It's going really good. I actually had a 10:30 exam scheduled for today, my first one of two for the second business analytics course. But I sent my professor a little email, said, "Excuse me, Andrew, I have some very important work obligations. I was hoping maybe I could take it after 5 p.m. when these work obligations are over." He obliged, so I'll be taking that tonight. But yeah, very excited. College is going well. I got like 2 or 3 weeks left, and then I'm officially a college grad, like our boy, young William Fauché.
I don't mean
Welcome to the club.
I don't mean to throw you out there, but have you settled down? Because at the start of these summer courses, you were being kind of annoying with the college stuff. I can't even lie.
You know what, Fax? I've not settled down at all, man. That's just me, baby. You gotta learn to love it. I'm all fucking hopped up on Zen and caffeine, baby. I'm ready to go. I apply that to podcasting, schoolwork, all my other fun activities that I got going on, and that's just, that's what you're gonna get, baby.
So is this for you to finish credits for your undergrad? Or what is this that you're...
Undergrad, yep.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so I left with 12 credits left. I was gone for so long, I came back with 19. And so I've just been banging them out over the last 2 years since I retired, and this is my last one. I'm going to throw a big-ass grad party. You're both invited. Actually, Fax, you're not invited, man. You've been shit-talking me too much. Everyone else is invited, though.
I'll crash that.
Come on through.
I'll crash that shit, bro.
Fauché will be my party planner. I think he was probably head of the party planning committee on his frat.
At first, and actually, I might not even want to go to that party, mainly because of... What kind of hat are you wearing right now, bro? Like, cool.
You don't like this hat?
No.
This is my summer look, man.
Yo,
it's a saucy little Bucky. I'm kind of pumped about it.
Cue no sex in the champagne room, bro. Take off that silly ass hat, bro.
All right, Fax. I got you.
Oh my God, bro.
Is this more your speed, baby?
Yo, you're like, you know what you look like right now? You look like a TikTok filter, bro. Like, honestly, with that hat on.
Just a little quick podcast, a little quick outfit change. I got more hats on here, man. I could do this shit all day. We'll see.
Like,
I'm kind of feeling myself in this
What's
one,
up with why do you have so many hats, bro? Like...
It's summer. Come on, man. It's summer. I like to get a little new hat each summer. Lack of Color. It's a fun Australian brand. Talk to your girl about it. She might be familiar. They got some great hats. Check them out.
And where are you right now?
I'm actually up in my cabin, northern Wisconsin. I'm not gonna dox myself, but I'm up here in northern Wisconsin. Got a beautiful family cabin. Had a couple of my buddies from Tampa up this week, actually. Cam Brate, Ryan Griffin, and their families, their wives, and the Griffin family has a young child by the name of Beau.
Oh, nice.
Second cutest Beau that I know personally.
So crazy.
And we've had a really good week.
That's so crazy. I'll fill you in on something. Believe it or not, it was already set in stone. If I was having a boy, his name was going to be Beau Collins. Like, and believe it or not, it was going to be Beau Allen Collins because Allen is my father's name. So That is
Look at that chemistry, Fax. It's meant to be.
that
Come on, baby.
that was the planned name for whatever reason. My girl, she loves that name, but it was gonna have the X on the end of it. Little spice.
Yeah, that's swaggy.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. And now I fucking ruined that for you, huh? Is that still the plan, or
No,
is
that's
that
not
just
gonna be my
you're like,
daughter's
hey,
name.
baby, we can't do that anymore?
That's
Bo Derek, you know, that's that's a classic.
true. True.
Just keep it in consideration. That's all I ask. Well, it's funny actually. When I first signed down in Tampa, I met Ryan Griff. You know, when you sign with a new team and like you're kind of feeling everybody out, and you feel like you're the new kid at
Yep.
school. So I like grab my little food from the cafeteria and I'm like scoping out the, like the tables and stuff. I sit down next to Griff and introduce myself, and he goes, God, one of the first things he ever said to me, this is like a good friend of mine. He goes, God damn it, man. Like, me and my sister were always racing to see who'd have a kid first so we could name it Beau. And you just fucking completely ruined it for me. Like, completely ruined it. And he never brought it up for like 5 years. And then in December, he had a beautiful baby boy. Chose an awesome name for it, Baby Beau. So,
That
yeah, don't, that could still work out for you. Facts. Come on, baby.
next one, hopefully it'll be a boy, and we will definitely circle back to revisit that to see if it happens for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, also, I want to let you know, Fax, been playing a lot of yard games up here, and
Oh, I
I'm
seen
kind of a
that.
stud.
Are you?
Spike ball, can jam. We've been playing like giant beer pong, which is like you get like 20-gallon like garbage cans and like play big beer pong with like 6 cups. A lot of yard games, man. That's what summer is all about. I'm pumped for it. So you can't be, I know we played some yard games. You're kind of fucking dogging me out as a teammate.
No, I
I just want to let you know that I
see.
was carrying this week.
See, I understand why you don't want to invite me because you want to be like the winner, like in front of your friends and all your old friends. So having someone like me around for yard games probably puts a damper in it for you because I'm much better than you in all of those games you just named. Because well,
I don't want you stealing my shine,
yeah,
baby.
you're. I can imagine you're probably very terrible in basketball, and that beer pong, that
Whoa.
that overlarge beer pong game sounds like it's basically basketball on the ground. So
It kind of is, yeah. But beer, I mean, we were playing beer dice too. Dude, we've been getting after a little bit up here. It's fun. You'll have to come up, check it out. We'll do a retreat. Fax and the King from the
I
cabin.
mean, you say that,
It'll
but
be excellent.
I just need the invite, man. You just got to invite me, bro.
Hey, it's just a drive and a flight and then another drive away, man. Anytime you want to come up, baby. At the end of the day, though, Fax, the cabin's all about having good times, and happy to be doing the pod from up here. I want to introduce this awesome, awesome fucking segment we have. My boy, Dr. Fax, we noticed in daily conversation he loves wrapping things up and saying at the end of the day. So we have this kind of little bet going where if we do a pod and Fax says at the end of the day, you're going to hear a little ding like that, and that means that Fax has 5. If he says five, less than 5, we'll give you 5 or less. Then he gets to kind of wrap it up at the end of the day. At the end of the pod, he can wrap it up with a little tidbit, a little Fax thought. And if he says more than 5, then your boy the Butter King gets to have the final say. So something tells me you might be hearing those dings a little bit throughout. But enough about my summer. I've talked a lot about cabin yard games. What you got going on, Fax? You got a little haircut recently? You look lined up. You look good, man.
Thank you. I got a haircut and I got my locks freshly touched up, which for people, mainly white people who probably don't know about the whole dreadlock process.
Hold on, time out. Fax, I just want to state for the record, I don't trust white barbers. Just it's about as easy as that. So I'm with you, man. Just
I
I'm
know a
not.
couple. I know a couple.
I'll go to a
I
salon
know a couple good white
if I'm
barbers.
getting the ends trimmed up. Yeah, so do I. But it's not the same experience, you know. But sorry,
It
go ahead.
definitely isn't. I know what you're saying, but my hair. How long do you think it took for my hair to get redone, Bo? If you had to guess.
I'm gonna say like 3 to 5 hours.
Oh, that's a good guess. It took 3.5 hours. Three and a half
Let's go.
hours, and I was telling the guys yesterday. that the best part of getting like dreads done, it's almost 90% chance for me. As soon as I get in that chair, the first hour, I'm definitely dozing off. And for whatever reason, it always ends up being like the best nap ever. And I don't know if like the pulling, like like the kind of like gentle like pulling of like the dreads is like massaging, but it's different
Mm.
than like getting a haircut where you can't really doze off getting a haircut because the barber has to manipulate your head like so many different ways, like in a short like time period. So you can never really get that off. But I was telling them that that nap, the first hour of getting my hair done was absolutely amazing. And shout out to Richland. She always does an amazing job on my dreads. And I was glad that I was able to sneak in and get a spot because this lady, I think she's one of the best ladies who do dreads in this area. And bro, she's like booked up, booked up. Like,
Hey, next time I'm in Seaville, I'm getting dreaded up.
I wonder,
You think I could pull that look off?
mm-mm. No, no. You,
We'll see, man. We'll have you style my hair. I'll style your hair. We'll do like a Fax and King swap. You can wear this hat. You look fucking great in it. But this is what I was wondering, Fax. Is that like falling asleep when you're getting your hair done? Like everyone likes to have their hair touched. There's nothing weird about it. But like, is that like if you're the barber, the lady that's doing your hair, is she kind of like, oh, here we go again, or does she like it because you're out and you're not? She doesn't have to worry about you, you know?
I think, I think she likes it. Like at the end of the day, I feel like it's not like I'm moving around a lot. Yeah, I'm not.
Hold on, Fauché. We need a faster gun on these, man. We
Yeah,
need
I
a
gotta get on the
bam.
trigger. I
As
gotta
soon
get
as
on
he
the
says
trigger.
as soon as we hear the at the boom, 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 I want it mid sentence. Sorry,
That's
go
so
ahead, Fax.
funny. No, but I don't think it's a burden. I don't think it's a burden for hairstylists. Not for doing dreads and what I get like basically a
Yeah,
retwist. It's not like I'm getting them freshly done. That might be an issue, but since they're already in and it's like it's already guided for what she has to do. Um my head really doesn't have to move too many directions throughout the whole 3 hour process. So I don't think it's a burden.
yeah. I feel like it's a little bit of a guilty pleasure though, falling asleep at like the salon or the barber shop or whatever. It's like Parks and Rec when Ron Swanson's getting his shoes shined. He like lets out a little moan. I don't know if you're a Parks and Rec. I'd be shocked, facts, but Ron Swanson lets out a little moan and he's getting his shoe shine, and it's. I was wondering if it was one of those things, but I think it's a little
Don't
more
be
normal.
shocked. I've
You
seen
know.
Parks and Rec before, bro.
I was expecting you to be like, nah, that's a white people show.
Nah, Parks and Rec.
Kind of is
It,
though.
it it definitely is a white people show, but it's funny. It's a good show. I was taking a look at for everyone who is Greenlight fans and new listeners. The link will be in the bio for this episode. But the Greenlight crew, we combined all of our top 10 songs to make a Greenlight mystery playlist. And you can check that playlist out on Spotify. And I have to say, Beau, I absolutely have no idea what songs you pick. I don't know your
Ooh.
taste. I think one song that maybe I think could be you, but it's probably not is the Making My Way Downtown.
Everyone was wondering that on Twitter. That all so that song, just so you know, for future reference facts, it is a banger.
Look,
It's Vanessa Carlton, "A Thousand Miles," and that was not me.
okay.
Believe it or
The
not,
funny
that I kind of think that was
the,
Kyle.
the
That's my dark horse pick for that Kyle. I can't wait to see the
if it
answer key for
wasn't
this
you,
shit
I
because
think
you're right, man. It's
if it
hard.
wasn't you, I think it was probably Macon. But the funny thing about that song in particular is it almost made my list, but the remix, there's like a drill remix to that song where it starts out the same exact way and then they start talking about killing people.
So it just turns it up a little bit. It's
as soon
same
as
themes, you know.
soon as the hook dropped, and the funny thing is about that story, Vanessa Carlton, she cleared it after hearing it and seeing how viral it went. The song, she cleared it and let them put the song out, and so like they make money off the song. I think it's gotten a lot of views. It's so funny to hear that, but I feel
Yeah.
like
Hey, how hard was it though to pick your top 10 songs? Like I kind of it took me a long time because I feel like my music, like my favorite song is kind of mood dependent. Like, okay, it's summer right now. Like I want some fucking upbeat stuff, but the classics are the classics. Like your favorites are the favorites. But then you kind of feel like people are going to go through and scrutinize you based on your picks.
see
Like
you,
I'm going to get dogged out if I pick 1,000 Miles by Vanessa
what
Carlton. But like,
what I'm realizing about this exercise is that everyone that was a part of this exercise cares way too fucking much what people like about like your music taste. Like who cares? If it's top 10, like I told Kingston, at the end of the day, like
top 10 though.
bro, on Spotify or on all these platforms, you can literally click and see what songs you've played the most ever. And like realistically, that should be somewhere close to your top 10, if not top 5, I would think in that top 10 list, at least 5 of those I would feel like would just be on your list, and
See,
then that takes care of the most.
I don't mean to jump in here, but the problem with that, and I didn't mention this yesterday when we were talking about it, but the problem with that, y'all don't put your stuff on shuffle. That's all I do, just shuffle it, and that way you
I
don't
do. Yeah.
go back
Yeah.
through and
But
it
still,
won't have the same.
but still, even on shuffle, when you hear songs you like, you don't like them. Like at the end of the day, I have a playlist that I have that's all my liked music. And when, just like Bo's saying, I go through here and there, and then I do put it on shuffle, and songs I hear again in the time, I'll be like, why is this on here? This is trash. Take it off that list.
I've got a playlist too. Bo knows about it. Dat Nunu. It's got no skips, and all
That's a
of
great
these are
playlist.
favorited. So I can't. It's hard to disseminate and through because they're all the best songs. But yeah, I think Matt and I were saying we had like a list of 50 songs, like our first run through that we needed to pare down to 10, and it
That
was
is absurd.
ridiculous.
I had like 20.
You guys honestly care way too much. I think
It's. I'll say this though, the playlist slaps. I've been listening to it up here at the cabin, and it's fucking really good. But it is, dude, it is hard to pick like who's what. But I'll tell you this, I know, I will be shocked if Fax didn't pick "Give Me That Nut" because he is by far the horniest guy on the pod.
Well,
The
I know
horniest
who
guy in the
picked it.
pod, and that is a horny song. Was that your
well,
pick?
prepare to be shocked because I've never even heard that damn song. Shout out
Wow.
shout out to G Easy. We seen him live, but I've never heard of the song "Give Me That Nut." Nice try though,
All right.
bro.
Horniest guy on the pod didn't pick the horniest song, but I have a couple others that I feel pretty confident about. Like I'd put some money down that Chris picked "Time" by Pink Floyd and Highwaymen. I think Kingston did "Everlong." Kingston strikes me as a big Foo Fighters guy, and then I also think Macon did "Lose Yourself." You know,
As the
he
only
just
person
hyped
with
himself
the
up
answer
before the
key,
pod.
as the only person with the answer key, I can say you're on to something without confirming or denying.
So what I would like to ask for maybe for all people involved, was there any artist that shockingly for you that wasn't on the list?
I was a little
think
surprised
about
that
that
the
one.
Grateful Dead didn't feature more.
I thought
So-
the Grateful Dead would have had more. The Eagles, I was embarrassed I didn't have an Eagles
Yeah.
pick.
It was funny. So I was
I almost
playing.
put one of these nights on there.
I was letting the playlist play the other day, and I was like cleaning up, and after like 45 minutes of the playlist like playing like in the background, I go into the living room to talk to my girl, and she I end up asking her like, hey, look at this playlist and see if you can pick which 10 songs are mine. I was like, this is what we're doing on the podcast. And she was like, oh, she goes, I was wondering why you were listening to the songs you were listening to. She was like listening in the other room, and I was like, "What song made you think about that?" She was like, "The boys are back in town." She heard that song.
Fucking banger.
She heard that song, and she was like, "Why is he listening to that song right now, like cleaning up?" Because for whatever reason, I'm a big Eminem guy when I'm cleaning up. For whatever reason, it gets my mojo
You're
going.
cleaning out your closet, baby.
Yeah, I guess so. But the
It was
deciphering,
interesting to see though.
I would be like, I would be so shocked, and maybe we should get like a bigger prize if anyone can like really guess and decipher everyone's list. There's a few fans who've tried already, and one of them did pretty well on mine, but everyone else is he didn't have, I don't think, over 5 picks right. And I was just thinking about it, like even being around everyone as much as we are, there's no way I can ever get anyone's list like remotely right at all. And
No, lots of Traveler album from Chris Stapleton too is heavily featured, which is a great album. But it's like, how do you discern like which person picked which song on there? And then only one repeat, I think, "The Great Gig in the Sky" by Pink Floyd. I thought maybe there'd be another like couple repeats in there. But it's like a pretty honestly, it's a good playlist. Like, give it a listen. I'd be interested to see what everyone thinks. It's pretty fun activity. You know.
no, it definitely was great idea, and hopefully the playlist grows. And shout out to Matt having to hook the playlist up because now he's going to be famous on Spotify. That playlist gonna have monthly listeners and all that, so that's lit.
Bro, it's hard to not reveal who picked what because you all are pretty interested, and some of them are so funny. Like, I really want to say who did it, but hopefully all will be revealed soon.
I can't wait.
All
I
will be revealed.
can't wait to see.
All right,
See
facts. We
everyone.
talked a lot about this summer, shit we've been up to. I've been doing a little bit of partying this summer, which has been really fun. But I'm gonna tell you about a party FOMO I had,
Oh,
which was Michael Rubin's white party.
I
I think it's in the Hamptons, right? But like, I was looking at a bunch of pictures. It was sad how much I was creeping on this thing. Like, this is my question. I don't know if you saw a lot about this, but I was creeping on all these pictures. Like, obviously, everyone's wearing white. Everyone's looking really good. But like, do you get fucked up at a party like this? Because it's like a baller party. Like, tons of stars are there. Stars were
are
out,
you
and like people are like taking pictures with like tequila bottles and stuff. It's like, are they fucked up? You know, that's what I want to
did,
know. Because I'd be sloppy, just sweating through all my white t-shirt contest. Like, my linens are soaked. I'm drunk on tequila.
well,
I don't know. That's kind of what I was wondering about
I
that.
can't believe you, being an ex-Eagles fan, you must not follow Meek Mill on social media because
No, I don't
everyone
actually.
in Black Twitter right now is shitting on Meek Mill because he posted a picture with the picture is him basically hugging a toilet, and the caption is "drank way too much tonight." And he, believe it or not, is the reason why Michael Rubin is even like integrated into like the hip hop world because Meek Mill,
Free Meek.
Meek, exactly, that whole situation spawned a friendship, and now later years, Michael Rubin steals the party of the summer, the white party of the summer from P Diddy, and it goes up
Yeah.
with a blast. It's definitely one of the parties that now from here on out, if you hear about it, you want to be on that list to go.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna need to infiltrate that somehow. Let's figure it out. Well, I just followed Meek Mill on Instagram. I'll slide in his DMs and see if we could cop the invite for next
I
year. But also, there's some fun drama from the party too. Facts I was reading about, and this kind of leads us into shit you can talk to your girl about because we all are podcasts and we talk about gambling and Zen and fucking board game like yard games and shit. But it's like sometimes you need to find some stuff to talk to your girl about. And so this is a fun one. The big rumors are
yeah,
swirling
they are.
about Tom Brady, Kim Kardashian were dancing, maybe they were grinding a little bit at this white party, and now they're being, labeled an item. Like, are they dating? What's going on here? Rumors are swirling. So talk to your girl about that, because what do you think about Tommy and Kimmy? Facts. That's a new power couple, man. What a
So
rebound.
I
I don't
had
know.
mixed emotions about this because immediately at first I thought about it and I was like, there's no way in hell someone like Tom Brady can handle being with a chick like Kim Kardashian. And then I had to stop myself and be like, wait. Actually, Tom had the baddest chick, like the baddest supermodel in the world, like on basically on
Yeah.
paper. Like, and when that whole thing blew up, the tabloids were filled with that she's like a witch. So who knows really what he had to deal with behind closed doors, but the clout demon is a different type of animal. Like it's one thing that we didn't hear all these stories about
Clout demon.
like until the end, we didn't hear all these stories about Giselle and what was going on, and we all know obviously behind closed doors, we like they kept that all under wraps. Tom dealing with someone like Kim K, like her entire there's nothing under wraps about her life. But then I stopped myself and said, wait, Tom is not a football player anymore. He is about to break in to the media world, and what better
He is a football player though, in his heart, in his soul.
No, that doesn't matter, bro. He wants to be the best at everything he does, and he's on to the next stage of his life, which is broadcasting, which is media, which is social media, which is clout. And what better way to get clout leading up to his first season of doing this than attaching your name to Kim K?
Smart. This is a guy who knows branding. I will say this. I've been waiting to get this out. Like, I'm trying so hard not to interrupt you, Fax. It's fucking tough for a guy like me. No chance. There is no chance. Tom Brady spent way too much time in New England where they keep everything under wraps. They focus on the main thing, keep the main thing the main thing. There is no chance. Also,
New year, new me.
Close buddy of mine,
New year, new me.
who I'm not going to mention, he might have named his firstborn son after me. Spent a lot of time with Tom in a meeting room, and I might have shot him a little text and asked him about some little details about whether or not this had wings. He said no chance, no chance. So we'll see. I mean, I would love for it to happen. Give me a Tommy and Kimmy sex tape. I would I'd pay for
Let
that.
me tell you something, bro. If you guys thought I was fucking Kim K and I was fucking Kim K, I would say no chance also.
Really? Dude, I'd be shouting that to the rooftops, baby.
And that's why you wouldn't get a chance to fuck Kim K, bro.
Hey, never say never, Fax. Never say never. Just got approved on Raya. Kim K might be on there. T Swift might be on there.
Oh.
I'm swiping around, man. It's a scary world. So don't say no chance. You never know. Got my fingers crossed. I'm ready for some summer love. What do you got for me on the Vegas sphere, Fax? So I've been looking at all these videos, and it's crazy. I feel like how far we've come with this stuff. Like it's just this big ass giant alien looking sphere in the middle of the desert that they've put so much cool stuff on. Fauché, give us a rundown of some of the displays that they've lit up on the Vegas sphere.
So they've had like Sandy Cheeks' house from SpongeBob. They've put an eyeball on it. They've done a globe. They've got it as a basketball right now, getting ready for the G League to come to Vegas. I mean, this thing is sick to look at.
You know what I'm waiting for?
So,
Them to have a
tell you.
big ass titty.
booby.
Big
That's exactly where mine horniest guy on the pod, Dr. Fax.
No, it's just.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I went there
It's just
too.
it's just marketing, like maybe Showgirls or one of those long going shows down there in Vegas. Have a time frame.
No, I was thinking the other thing, dude. They need to make it appropriate. Like, how do you make a giant titty in the middle of the desert?
No, you don't have to make it appropriate.
This is what you do. No, you breast cancer awareness, baby.
Ooh,
Perfect.
Yeah, mammogram. Go get your titty.
Perfect.
Go get your titties checked, baby.
Let's start a campaign. Giant boob. Hashtag breast cancer awareness. Let's get, like, October comes around in Vegas. That thing needs, I want to see a big nipple.
They probably got that on deck ready. That's funny. It's definitely awesome. But yeah, the sphere, just like I was saying before, technology, the evolution of technology is at an all-time high right now, and this arena looks amazing. And I'm from New York, and I grew up going to MSG in the city. These are the same people who built the MSG in New York, which is supposedly the most famous arena in the world. One of.
Iconic.
Yeah, and to see this rollout for this arena by the same people, I just want to say bravo, because it's something
Yeah.
that we've never seen before, and we all know now, just with this small sample size of the rollout that they've have been doing, what they can do is probably like they're probably going to blow our minds even more, because even now when you walk through New York City, they have billboards where they make you flinch because they look like they're coming out at you, and they haven't even or at least they haven't shown or showcased maybe that aspect, what they'll maybe be able to do to make things look like they're kind of projectiling off that. But like I was saying on the radio show, I just hope, or I wonder, stat wise, how many car accidents this sphere will cause in Vegas, because
Yeah, especially if they make it a giant boob.
especially
Everyone's gonna be
that,
breaking their neck looking at that thing.
bro, it's
It'll
something.
be a huge spike.
I think us as drivers, there's already so many things that are distracting, but that sphere is probably driving wise. When you're in Vegas, you probably can see it from very far out, and I just wonder how many fender benders or accidents or stop shorts that this will end up causing.
Stop
Yeah,
short.
because just think about it, it's something you stare at. Like when you're if you ever drive through Times Square, which is an absolute nightmare, you find yourself like looking at stuff, and it's like, damn, I can't be looking at stuff right now because there's so many cars going in every direction. But with that sphere, it'll be real hard not to take a longer than a peak look.
Agree. And I got one more that I really want to see on that sphere. May 4th comes around next year. I want to see a big ass Death Star. You know? For May 4th, light that thing up. Star Wars, give me the Death Star. You know? Oh, how do you miss that? Like, we need that. Come on,
You know what's
baby.
coming too? I can't wait for when it turns into a big ass Pokeball. Shout out to all the Pokemon fans
Oh,
out
yeah.
there. That's just an easy layup. Have it catching like a Pikachu or a Charizard. That'd be lit.
So one other thing that was crazy, there was a soccer player that decided that in the middle of the game, I guess, you got to go when you got to go, and he decided that it was okay to just take a piss on the field during a game and is immediately handed a red card by the officials. I was wondering, you guys are in these football games. We've seen now they've got like the porta potty kind of things on the sidelines, but back in the day, how are you guys just ripping a piss during these games? Because when you got to go, you got to go.
You can't red card a guy for that. Hydration is crucial. So you kind of said it. They have the blue medical tent now. Here's a little secret, an NFL insider tip. If you see a guy who has no apparent injury and he disappears for a while and he's in the blue medical tent, he's taking a piss.
He's on a
all right? Just
he's on a
straight up.
knee taking a piss in that tent.
Exactly.
But
And then the other thing, you said it, Fauché, they got the cups now. It's like this, it's a very well designed, like, I feel like it was engineered by NASA, like scientists for people, like astronauts or something. They have these little piss cups that you just fit around your dick. Like,
What?
I need the XL one. Yeah. And that's what you do now. It's kind of nice. But hey, when I was a rookie, I hadn't quite yet figured out how to like surreptitiously take a piss on the sideline, and hydration was very important for Chip Kelly. We tested our hydration every day, and 7th round pick. I'm a rookie. I'm trying to be hydrated. I'm not trying to be up on that board with my name in red because I'm fucking not drinking
is
enough.
this
Never
going
forget,
where
we're
I'm
playing-
where I think it's going?
We'll see. Well, like, what, you think I pissed my pants during a
Yes.
game? Because that has happened. That's happened a lot. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, but that's not where I was going with this. I had to take a piss on the sideline so bad, and I'm a rookie. I have no idea what to do. Connor Barwin, shout out. He's like one of those vets who just show me the ropes. He goes, this is what you do. He takes a bunch of towels, you ball them up, you put them in your pants, and you take a knee on the sideline. Your boys kind of huddle around you, make a little piss wall, and that's where you piss. So like they're kind of showing me, it's a great learning moment for a young rookie. Like all my boys just teaching me how to be an NFL vet, taking a piss with the boys around. They're cheering me on. fucking, we're playing the Redskins at the time, and Nick Foles throws a pick, and someone goes and bodies him, like blocking. And Jason Peters finds it. It was Chris Baker, goes and fucking lights him up, and there's a fight on the field as I'm taking a piss. So the piss wall just disappeared. Everyone's running out to go. You know, like when there's a fight, especially during the game, like everyone's got to like sprint over there to see what's happening. They just abandoned me. I'm mid piss. I'm like kneeling. I'm like, do I get up? Like, do I go? So I'm trying to cut this piss off so I can sprint into the melee, into the scrum. And like by the time I get all that done, like it had all dissipated. Well, it turns out a lot of these dudes got fined for like leaving the bench area during the game. You know what I'm talking about, Fax? So they go over all the fines. And that was like this piss saved me. It saved me like $8,000.
Oh, wait, I have to back up a little bit with this story. So you're pissing in towels that are in your pants?
Yeah. Yep.
You're gross. You're gross, bro.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man. It was like a panic piss moment. What else do I do? You know, offense is on the field.
It just seems a little.
I don't know what to do, man.
It just seems a little weird that you ask for a wall. Like, what do you need a wall for if your dick isn't out? Like, what are you hiding? You're just pissing into a towel.
That's the way Connor taught me, man. And then I remember seeing a couple of years later, CB Connor Barnes was with the Giants and got sniped taking a piss on the sideline. It's a hilarious image. We give him shit.
Well, what's worse? What about the marathon runner that peeled off into someone's front yard to take a shit, bro? Like, imagine how
when you're running a marathon, your body's shutting down.
But imagine how that feels. Like, just like, goddamn, I have to just go right now, and I'm 12 miles into a marathon, and I just have to peel off, and someone's Ring camera catches me just pulling down my pants, taking a shit real quick, no wipe, just back into the race like nothing happened.
Back into it. 14 more miles.
Yeah.
Like after your most shameful moment. And you know that's coming back to you. Like you know you're not getting away with that one.
No way.
Yeah,
Unless
I
feel like the only thing that makes that better is if somehow in some possibility you end up winning, but that person didn't win. That person didn't win. that sucks.
They probably ran a lot better after that though, you know. The times drastically improved.
But that soccer player, to circle back, that soccer player was tripping. Like, you can't just whip your dick out like on the field and piss. If anything,
Fax, I never thought I'd hear you say circle back. I love that. Corporate Fax in the building.
But look, if anything, you just got to piss on yourself. And for getting a red card, it's just like, dang, for all that, you could have just waited and got your red card and go take a piss in the locker room.
I support it. You gotta do what you gotta do. You can't red card a man for that. Come on now.
You definitely got a red card, bro.
Let him piss.
There's kids at soccer games, bro. You can't do that. I'm surprised. I wouldn't be wondering if he doesn't get some charges brought up on him. Hopefully he doesn't, but I just think that's crazy. That's crazy to do that in the game.
Well, it feels like you got to take the time to plan your piss. You know, like if you got to go, you go at halftime. How bad do you really have to go if you're that engaged in the game?
Yeah, maybe you.
Or like you wait till you score a goal, you know, and that's your celebration. You just whip it out and start pissing.
Well, if you're thinking about planning pisses, you're definitely going to have to on the 21st when Barbie and Oppenheimer are coming out. You've got like 4.5, 5 hours of movies and possibly two of the biggest, you know, counterintuitive films to be released on the same day.
Let me ask you guys this because you guys are white. Why are white people obsessed with the oddest, like, darkest shit? Like, honestly, this is a story about the fucking atomic bomb. And you know what's going to happen? What it does is people are just going to be like, yeah, we need to use this on that country. We need to use that shit again. That's what we need to use to get rid of this person. That's what we need to use this. It's just never ending. But everyone loves that shit. Like, and why? Like, why do you think it is? Like, look at you guys. You guys are both fucking have shit eating grins on your face right now when I'm saying this. And it's just like, what's exciting about it?
My shit eating grin comes from the fact when I love when you call out white people like that. First of all, I'm excited about this movie because I love Christopher Nolan. All right. The IMAX film is 11 miles long. Look at that commitment to detail. Imagine the sound you're watching this, the sound of the atomic bomb exploding in IMAX. Come on, man. How does that not get your dick hard? But no, this is going to be a great movie. I love Christopher Nolan. Think about some of the movies he's done, man. And this is his only R-rated one because it is very dark. It's a dark subject. And then if you look into, like, I did a deep rabbit hole, deep dive of Oppenheimer as a man. He's a pretty interesting guy.
Yeah.
You know, he had some very interesting, like, political views. I don't know if our resident historian Matthew Kingston would like to chime in, but I'm very curious to see how Christopher Nolan explores the man behind the bomb. You know, I think it's going to be a good movie. I'm pumped about it.
Yeah, I'll be catching that one before I watch Barbie, I'm pretty sure.
Before?
Yeah.
How about this? I was thinking about this scenario. What if I took some boomers and went to go see Oppenheimer? How would that go? You think that
That
like
could take a real dark twist, man.
I mean, if you want to go all
I don't
in,
know.
why not do that and go see it in IMAX? It'll probably be intense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm in, man. I'll join you. But you're going to have to hold my hand during the movie because I'm going to have a panic attack for sure. For sure. My palms are going to be sweating.
Is it?
But then Barbie too, like it's two movies that are so juxtaposed against each other. Like Barbie is like all bright colors. It's been fun to see. Like I feel like Barbie's publicity team is fucking killing it. They have like a Malibu dream house. I'm seeing all these different products come out from Barbie. Like they're really hyping it up. You know, like where's Oppenheimer's publicity team? Like let me get a bomb house. I don't fucking know. Like they gotta keep up.
I'm
man.
sure they're gonna sell little bomb toys some way somehow. But the Barbie phenomenon is crazy just to see how long Barbie's been around. I'm a huge thrifting guy and eBay reselling guy, and original Barbies, they have high resale value, believe it or not. And I think honestly the movie, it's hard to say if it's going to do better than this Oppenheimer movie.
Here's my question for you, Fax. You know, I said earlier I'm on Raya. I'm gonna match with Kim K or maybe T Swift. Those are the two that I'm kind of honing in on right now. And then I'm gonna take them on a date to these movies. Which is the better date movie? Because I think you'd instinctively say Barbie because it's fun, it's lighthearted.
No, you got to get that.
But take them to Oppenheimer and be like, hey, baby, our time's limited. We don't know when this bomb is going off. Like,
but also,
like let's go back home and split this atom ourselves.
no, it's a long movie, and you have to hope that she's afraid, so she's like leaning towards you, or even worse, she's like really intrigued by it, and she's just like throwing popcorn in her mouth, and she thinks it's the greatest thing, and then you leave the movie like, yo, this bitch is sick. Like she's a sicko. Because what if that happens?
Yeah.
What if like the dark parts of the movie, she's just like, yeah. Like, what do you do then?
Oh, I'm loving that.
Marry her.
That's what I'm going for, man. That's what I need.
You guys are sick, yo. But the Barbie movie might, I think it probably is gonna pull away from this movie in sales. I think because you can't bring kids to see the Oppenheimer, so there's gonna be a lot of kids with their parents, I think, watching this movie.
We will see. I'm going to be seeing both back to back. Let's go, baby.
We've got another segment ready for us to dive into here. A little overrated, underrated. So we've got a couple different topics, and you guys can share what your overrated version is and what your underrated version is. So we can get right to it. We'll go underrated first. First topic is medieval weapons.
All right. Before we get into this, you guys remember like I don't know if maybe this was just like me in my like elementary school, but there was the sickest book about medieval weapons. It was just called like Weapons. I feel like we can find a graphic of this. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Which is,
of course,
you know what I'm talking about, Matt? This mailbag topic just completely brought me back to that. Just paging through this book as like an elementary schooler. Like, we got to find that book, man, because like that, I just had an absolute nostalgia blast from that.
One of my favorite pastimes was going to medieval times, yo. Medieval times is a lot of places, and for listeners maybe outside the country, it's like a role play theater show. Like you eat, and it's dinner and a show, and you're sit in a section where you're cheering for your color knight and
Medieval times.
medieval times, and it's I just remember going to that my first time and it being so much fun, so much fun. But when I seen this segment, I was so excited because the one time I was there, I was mad as hell at my knight's choice of weapon. And I was just like, so like, if we're going to start
What was it?
I'm going to go for overrated. I'm going to go ball and chain, bro. The ball and chain is trash, bro. It's trash because it takes momentum and like rhythm for one to kind of get that thing going where it's going to do the most damage, and you have to be precise. And I feel like for what you have to do, you have to get in too close unless you're just going to throw it and hope you're going to hit and kill this person. Like you have to get too close to do damage. And it's I feel like it's too up in the air. It's too much up in the air. It's not
Facts. Could not disagree more.
No.
Could not just Hey, and I'll tell you why. The ball and chain, bro. Lord of the Rings, the Witch King of Angmar. Are you kidding me? Have you seen his fucking weapon? It's so sick. He just bashes Theoden off his horse like it's nothing. But I kind of had, actually, for underrated, I don't know if this falls in the same category or not. I was thinking mace.
They had spray back in the day.
Imagine just bashing somebody's skull in, like this dude comes out in all his fancy armor.
I can.
At night, you're like, oh, okay, buddy. And you hold up a fucking giant stick, big-ass dudes like us, with a huge, just spiked ball in the end, and you just smoke him, dent the fuck out of his, like, you know, his fancy little helmet. He can't see shit. He's flailing around. You just bash him with your mace, dude.
See, well, I can think we're all like all of these. A lot of these weapons are very similar because what you're saying is my underrated, which is a Morning Star, which is very similar to that because it's basically like.
So that's kind of what I was actually thinking.
See, exactly. It's basically like a bat that at the end of it, like that Morning Star, it's a whole lot of damage done with that. And it's something that I can bash you in your head and quickly take it out to hit someone else like again. With the ball and chain, you have to get momentum again. And I think it's too much if you're in a battle and there's more than just you going one-on-one, which a lot of medieval battles, there weren't a lot of one-on-one fights going on back then. It's my crew versus your crew. So there's going to be a lot of, and if you're in a short space, like you might not be able to get the momentum with swinging something like that to really hurt them. You know what I mean?
Here's my overrated. Bow and arrow. Pussy weapon, man. Come and find me on the battlefield. You're just going to go take pot shots at me from, 50 yards away? No. Boo.
Nah, bro.
Pussy weapon. Bow and arrow. Overrated. Come find me. I got a big ass mace. I'll be out there. You know where to come and get this.
Everyone's not gifted with size like me and you, so I respect if you can be a nice archer and you can take people down from afar or slow them down before they get to you. I think that's fire. I think that is
yeah. As
fire.
The guy that didn't play in the NFL, I'm 100% going underrated. Bow and arrow for sure. You know what my risk of life is with a bow and arrow? Let me tell you, it's low from up on top of the castle, and I'm collecting bodies from the tower.
I can see.
I'll respect that pick, Foch, if you can shoot from horseback, like a Mongolian raider. If not, nah. I got a little slit up here, and then I'm decked out in armor with a fucking mace.
Nah.
You can't, these arrows are just be clanking off me, man, with your little flint arrows.
Not like me, dude. I'm Legolas. I'm putting it in between the cracks of your armor. You're done for. You have no
Right through
shot.
the eyeball.
Hey, we'll do some Fax the King LARPing, and we'll like that movie Role Models. We're gonna be out there
Dude.
just beating the shit out of
I
each
seen
other with maces and morning stars.
Yo, across the street from the hotel that we stayed in Chicago, it's the Hilton on Magnificent Mile in Chicago, downtown Chicago, across like a block away from the stadium. Bro, they hold the biggest LARPing like event, and one day, like all these fields in front of the hotel and outside of the stadium, they had like one of the biggest LARPing events. And bro, when I tell you I didn't understand and know what LARPing was at first, and seeing that shit in real life is absolutely comedy, bro. It's comedy, but the way the people take that seriously, I don't think they would allow someone like me to to join or be a part of any league like that.
The battle.
Because you'd be fucking around too much.
Bro, I would be fucking around so much. But also too, I don't know if it's part of it to move slow. I'm not moving slow, and I'm slapping the shit out of people with those foam weapons. Like, I'm going all in. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
So my overrated then, if my underrated is the crossbow, the bow and arrow, my overrated is the crossbow. It's just a bow and arrow, but like 20 times slower. I'm launching off like 3 or 4 arrows by the time that you're able to cock that thing back, get another one in, aim it down. It's just not efficient.
Hey, more stopping power though.
Exactly.
Folks. Come on, read the weapons book, man. You can punch right through steel armor with those crossbow bolts.
Because like he's saying,
fucking casual.
Unless you're a marksman, what happens when you got to try to shoot a guy's horse? Like, one arrow is not gonna take down a horse, bro. You need that crossbow with that bigger like spear or that bigger arrow in it.
Yeah, shaft.
Yeah, to get right through the target.
Big thick shaft to punch right through.
Yo, pause.
All right, so our next topic for overrated, underrated is summer activities.
Oh, this is easy for me.
I'm gonna make some enemies with this one. You ready, Fax?
Oh, don't say what I think you're about to say. Go ahead.
You already know where I'm going. Overrated river float.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Overrated river float.
You're a hater. You're a hater.
My boy Kyle Long went on a little Twitter tirade the other day and got all y'all's panties in a bunch, and I agreed with every single. I was lurking from afar, agreeing with every single tweet he said.
But you really don't.
River floats are overrated.
You really don't.
Bro, you know river floats are overrated when you got to go to such great lengths as to have a farmer grow a massive pumpkin to float down the river in it just to have fun.
You're a hater, bro.
Overrated.
You're literally sitting at a lake house right now. Did you not say that?
Lake. Let me get to my underrated.
Water. It's water, bro. It's water. But I'm gonna say
it's not the water that's underrated. It's the activity of floating down.
I can't even troll you right now and say lakes are underrated because I'm going out to Montana to a lake at the end of the summer.
Exactly.
But I can say that my underrated is kayaking. Bro, I just got into kayaking, and honestly, kayaking has unlocked a whole new world for me because for one, you realize that if you've never been kayaking, you're blocked off from so much more of the world. Like wherever you live, wherever you're at, it's a different view of everything around you, and that's amazing. Like you get to see nature in a different light. Shout out to Appomattox River Company for the hookup on the kayaks. Me and my girl, like we've been on the river kayaking. That's why I cannot agree with you at all. It's actually strengthening our relationship since we've been going on the river and spending time. So everything you and Kyle are saying is
kayaking on the river is great. Kayaking is great. I'm talking about floating, just floating down the river. When kayak, you're mobile. You can cruise around. Oh, what's that? Let me go check that out. Oh, I can go upstream if I want. What a concept. When you're floating, you're just at the mercy of the rapids, man. You got to go figure out your car situation. It's a whole fucking thing, man. But kayaking on the river, I love. I'm a big kayak boy. You want to hear my
Go
underrated?
ahead.
Walking. Summer, just a summer walk, underrated. A little hot girl walk in the summer. Come on, birds are chirping. You got a little coffee, maybe. You got to go somewhere and it's beautiful out. Let me just fucking walk on over. Let me just a little summer stroll. Underrated walking. Maybe I just like walking more since I'm not fat as fuck. I don't get as sweaty,
Overrated outdoors fitness. Outdoor fitness during the summer is overrated. Unless you need to be, go inside. It's too hot. It's way too hot. I think there's exceptions sometimes when you live maybe if you live near the beach. I think sand workouts can be good, but a lot of the times it's too hot. It's too hot. Go inside the gym or go somewhere like shaded over, but you don't need to use the sun to test Mother Nature like as an additive to your working out. And I know you're a big workout guy, Beau, but
I disagree with you, of course. I love going outside, popping top, a little prison workout outside. Come on. I mean, I'm not like doing fucking yoga at the park with the moms, but I'm up here at the lake, got the lake view, got a nice little yard. Let me get something in real quick. Let me get some vitamin D. Take my shirt off, a little sweat. It's not bad.
All right, so our last overrated, underrated topic is modes of transportation. And I'll kick this one off because I think that by far the most underrated mode of transportation are the little rentable electric scooters that you can get. You ever want to say fuck a walk, you just get on a scooter. It's like $150 and you're cruising around feeling like an absolute king. You've got the wind in your hair. It's beautiful outside. All the joys of walking without having to move your legs.
I'm a huge
Amen, brother.
Yeah.
You throwing a little zen, let your hair down. Ooh. Ooh.
That's one time I actually agree with that. I had a short stint where my license was suspended, so I was a huge advocate of the scooter and and riding the motorized scooter. But you got to be careful on those. They're pretty dangerous. Yeah. I've had a couple like
Cowboy Reed and I had some good times scooting around Charlottesville, Cowboy.
We did. We
Remember that?
whipped to dinner.
Cool.
We were shooting right down the corner. That was a blast.
Oh, you guys ever?
We were shredding gnar, bro.
You guys ever have one turn off on you? That's scary. Stop short.
Does it straight like wheels lock?
Like, thank God I am an athlete, bro. Slam down in between my legs, back tire. Like, if I didn't run forward for my momentum, back tire was coming to hit me in my low back hard, hard. But that's a great underrated. I'm gonna say overrated mode of transportation. This is easy. Is walking. Walking is so overrated. You need your legs for so much more in life, and the fact that we have to walk so many places and walking like stairs, I'm waiting for an all time. I mean, we have technology where it's different, but I just feel like escalators and things like that, they should be everywhere now, bro. Like we walk too much, man.
Sidewalks should just be like at airports. Those like flat escalator.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, those the Jetsons.
Sidewalk should be.
Like, I mean, like, believe it or not,
you're trying to get
like they gassed us. Like we should be like living like the Jetsons already. They did bare minimum walking, but the finesse is they made us forget about it, and they made walking marketable by making all these fucking trackers and putting all these step things. So now people they want to take steps, and I'm like, nah, bro. Like I don't want to take steps. If you want to get your legs strong, like do some squats, man.
Not outside though.
Yeah, like inside.
Inside only. All right, my underrated, similar vein as Fauché, but huge moped guy, elite mode of transportation. I have a 50cc Yamaha Zuma, in Tampa. I had no car for the last year. It kind of started off as a little bit of a bit, and then I just rolled with it. I got an e-moped up here in Minneapolis. Shout out Cake. Really stoked about that new steed. So I'm going to be cruising around the lakes, but it's kind of same thing. Like, what's really nice about this e-moped is it's quiet as fuck. Put some tunes on, smoke a little bit of reefer, let the hair down, throwing a zen. I'm cruising around. Also, it's an e-moped, but it looks like an e-bike. So I am just pulling the sketchiest maneuvers, riding in the bike lanes, riding on sidewalks. Nobody really knows what the fuck's going on because this moped looks like a bike. It's like, I feel like I can get away with anything on this thing. It's awesome.
Shocks are busted on that
Check
thing.
it out. It's
How much gas you got to put in it?
Oh, I'm dope.
How much gas?
E-moped, baby. I get 64 miles to the charge. Just a big ass battery. That's all we got. I got a back seat, Fax. Anytime you want to cruise around, just hold on tight. I got you. We'll be riding around, just the two of us on this e-moped.
That's so funny.
You can pick the music.
Underrated, I'm gonna say, is golf carts.
Yes.
Golf carts are very,
so good.
very underrated. I just had a
Yes.
family vacation with my girl down in Carolina Beach in North Carolina, and my girl, she rented for the week a 6-person golf cart, like 2 seats, the driver's seat, and then a passenger, 2 seats behind, and then the 2 seats facing opposite way on the back, and that thing was absolutely awesome. Supposedly it gets like 100 miles on one full tank of gas, and that thing got up to 35, 40 miles per hour, and it was
Damn.
it was amazing. It was the dopest experience. And then when it's hot, riding that to the beach, it was a dope experience. I'm really all for the golf carts.
Love it. Flirty. Overrated for me is flying. Like, honestly, I've been in the Midwest. I've been in between. I'm on my cabin in Wisconsin. I've been in Minnesota a lot. Like, everyone in the Midwest kind of fucking drives. We need like a train system. You know,
Yes.
flying overrated. Like, I would rather take a 4-hour train than a 2-hour flight. You know, like, give me a train between Minneapolis and Chicago. I went to college at UW, University of Wisconsin. It's in Madison. I have made the drive from Minneapolis, Minnesota to Madison, Wisconsin more times than I can count, and it's fucking brutal. There is no reason we shouldn't have a train system there. But yeah, flying needs to be replaced by a nice, cohesive, all across the U.S. train system. When we were in Philly, whenever we played, the team formerly known as the Redskins, we would take a train down there. We'd play cards on the train. We'd shoot the shit, rest up, stretch your feet out. It was like the best road game of the year. We looked forward to it. It was awesome. Fuck flying. Bring on trains.
I'm a huge train advocate. Like, luckily for me, in the area of New York, I grew up in MTA, Metro North, was a huge part of my life growing up before I was able to drive, and it's something that, like, hearing, like, and meeting people once you grow up from different areas, and I grew up in New York, so we had almost every type of public transportation like that there is. And I'm just like, even me being 35, I'm just realizing and knowing that every place, every town doesn't have a public bus. And that's like mind blowing to me. That's mind blowing to me that like everywhere doesn't. And then like you're saying, like there's no trains, or there's no there's not every area that has a close train station that's going to bigger cities. Like, and I grew up around all of that. They're like Grand Central goes literally anywhere up and down the East Coast, all the way from New York to Maine, or New York to like Alabama. It goes through all the states, and that's like, and like you're saying, that was always an option, other than if you didn't want to fly or take a plane somewhere. That was always another way to do things. But I definitely agree with the fact that I feel like, I don't know if you're making it seem like someone should have picked trains as underrated, because it seems like everyone likes trains
That's
here.
what I would have picked.
Oh, I mean, I love a good train, huge locomotive advocate, but my vastly overrated is fuck the subway.
Oh,
Like the
yeah.
subway is so
Oh,
overrated.
my God.
Everybody in New York is on their high horse about the subway.
I kinda
The
love the subway.
Sucks.
Yo.
It's disgusting.
I love it.
No, you don't.
There's rats. There's some dude shooting up heroin. There's a dead body in there. The subway is overrated, and everybody in New York needs to get off their high horse and just quit talking about the damn
Or
subway.
how about when you have a long day, you get in the subway, you hear it's showtime, and the dudes are about to start doing backflips 2.5 inches away from your face and your feet, and then ask you for money after. Oh man, I majority of my friends that I went to high school with, they live in the city, and that's the way they get around, and they're used to it, and they love it, and I absolutely hate it. And it's like a running joke. They know, like, when I come to town, that if they even mention any type of plan, that I don't care if it's 2 blocks. Like, if we have to go underground, bro, I'm taking a taxi and I'll meet you guys there. And they're like, no, bro, it's going to be, no, I will meet you guys there, because it's just a different world down there, bro. It's just a different world.
It's the underbelly.
It is.
It's the underbelly.
I like
It
it.
is.
It's great. I can't get enough of it.
You're just looking for the camaraderie.
I love the subway. Something about
All
that
right.
piss smell, I love it.
Our last thing for today, we've got a little convo mailbag, some fan questions that we're going to bring up here. Our number one question that I think we all have something great for: you're a burglar, but you only steal items to minorly inconvenience your victims. What are you taking
This
from
is
them?
easy. I'm taking all of your TV remotes and all of your squares and phone chargers.
Oh, phone chargers.
All
I had some guests up at the cabin, and one of my phone chargers disappeared. I'm about to go on the fucking warpath, dude. So inconvenient.
Oh
so annoying.
man, stealing a phone charger on vacation is like you got to do that, bro. But you got to be a good host. You got to be
Seriously.
a good host and take that on the head, bro.
First
Are they
priority
still
for me
there?
is find out who. No, they left.
Oh.
They're gone. My phone charger's with them, dude. I'm gonna put a fucking Apple tag on my phone charger next time they all come up.
So you want to know
Fuck.
how to solve this and see if this works? Everyone that was there, put them in a group chat and say, "Hey, I don't care, but here's my Venmo. If one of you guys by accident took my iPod charger, just shoot me a Venmo. Whatever you think it's worth. Thank you." And just see if
It was the bigger brick too. You know, the bigger brick ones, the newer ones. They charge your phone up real fast, real good. It's my favorite one. She gone.
or just send that link, send that message with the Amazon link to the same exact one, and maybe someone will send you the money, or they'll get it for you and replace it. But that's awful.
I hope so.
That's so funny. Maybe
No, that's devious.
or maybe
Facts. I like
maybe
that.
you weren't a good host and they were being devious, bro. And I like it if that was too. Someone's like, "Hey, I'm leaving here with
Hey,
something."
you'll find out. I'm an excellent host. I'm an excellent host. All right. Maybe I just need to leave more phone chargers out. All right. So I liked your pick, Fax. If I'm a burglar and I want to inconvenience somebody, you want to know what I'm
What?
stealing? I'm going to steal your lady's birth control.
Oh. Yo, that is
Talk about real inconvenient, man.
wow. That is
Yeah.
good.
That's devious.
That is devious, but that's devious, but like I don't know if it'll fully work, but that's very devious. That's funny too.
I mean, that could play out a number of ways. Like, imagine your girl's like, oh, my birth control is missing. In the back of your mind, you're like, is it though? Like, did someone break in and just steal the birth control, or what are you trying to say here? Or, maybe you don't realize until it's too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm taking. I'm stocking up. I'm going house to house, birth control. It's gone. Birth control bandit.
Honorable mention, like taking someone's keys, their car keys, like both sets, like having to deal with that, like getting a new car key made like from scratch, or like hitting up the dealer. That shit is a nightmare, bro. Like it's an absolute nightmare. Or like I have a key that like you have to get I have a push to start. So like you have to get it like programmed, and dealing with the dealership to do that is a nightmare. It's so inconvenient. So inconvenient.
Yeah, unless you drive a Kia, and then you can just
I have a
fucking
bunch of these.
use a USB, just open it right up.
Mine was going to be the one thing I'm stealing. I'm going to take all of your batteries. Any extra batteries that you have lying around in your house,
That's what I
they're
was gonna
gone.
say, too.
As soon as you need it, you think you got a whole pack, gone.
Batteries is
Yeah.
a good thing too. Or take all the knobs off your cabinets.
Oh,
So you every time
see, I was looking around my cabinet. It's like, oh,
when you're reaching, if you have to reach to get silverware or whatever, every time it's just like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? Like, I have to grab from the side or up above cabinets. It seems like it wouldn't be a big deal, but after a while, like that should annoy the hell out of you.
So our next question from the mailbag, what's something you can say during sex and also say at the McDonald's drive-thru?
I'm loving it. Come on, you can't just fucking tee me up like that. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Oh man. You could say, can I double that order?
I'm going with, would you like whipped cream with that?
Oh,
Back in the day, you used to be able to say, can you supersize me?
that's what I was just gonna say. Fax, super size, baby. And then you just pop in your little nightstand and grab a blue pill, you know. The other one I was gonna say is, you want fries with that? Because I feel like, you're banging one out, and someone says, you want fries with that? You're kind of gonna be like, yeah, kind of.
It's a lovely accoutrement to the experience.
Yeah,
Would you like this Big Mac?
Oh,
Oh, that's a funny one. That's a funny one.
I feel like this same question could apply in so many different scenarios, though. You know what I mean?
For sure, definitely.
Like different things you can say when you're having sex versus like, I'm taking this math class. I got my mind on math class. Things you can say while having sex and in math class. Hey, is this the right angle?
Or
Acute or obtuse?
Yeah, exactly.
uh,
Or just 69.
like, or people saying like my dick is hard as this arithmetic, you know?
Here's another one for you. One item you would never pay cheaper for.
Ooh.
Oh, I can't wait to hear what faxes are. All right, this is maybe a no-brainer, but I'm going mattress.
Oh.
I like bigger guy. You buy a shitty box spring mattress, like you're paying for that. You spend a third of your life asleep. Like shell out. Get yourself a nice mattress. Get something that you're gonna feel good laying down in at night.
You learn
I'm never buying a cheap mattress.
to do another circle back. You learn the hard way if you don't. If you do this, but you can't buy cheap phone chargers. Like you can't buy cheap phone chargers.
Yeah.
They're gonna die and stop working when you absolutely need them to. And most of the bootleg phone chargers, for whatever reason, it's like hit or miss if they're gonna work in your car. Like any car USB, like if they're gonna work. And it's
Yeah.
just like, hey, spend
This
that.
USB is not compatible with this device.
Exactly. And it's
Fucking
just
annoying.
so annoying. It's just spend the extra $10 like to get the Apple version. Like they really have a monopoly on all their shit. Like I think they do it purposely, and like I get it marketing wise, but it's like, damn, bro, like we're gonna buy every fucking iPhone. We're gonna buy it. Like let the bootleggers have the sauce to make like cheaper chargers, bro. But until then, you have to spend that extra $10 on a real charger. Because everything else you can buy refurbished, and like I feel like the way Amazon and the way the consumer market is, you can probably find a knockoff version of anything and everything that you can pay for that would probably make it kind of worth it. But what do you
I'm
think?
buying knockoff chargers for when you come up to the cabin, Fax. That way when they disappear, I still got the good ones, baby.
That's what you're supposed to do if you're smart, is leave
I,
those out for your guests so you're not.
I'm trying to be a good host. I'm
No, you're
only Apple, like, ready to go. I got your chargers on lock. Your shit's going to be charged
a
up.
good
I fucked up.
a
They're
good
gone. My
a
favorite
good
charger's
host
gone.
wouldn't be upset. A good host knows that something might go missing when you have a house full of people. Huh.
Here's another thing I'm not cheaping out on. These two are kind of related, so I'm just going to put them together. Socks and shoes. Love a fresh, good sock, like a good brand new wool sock. Oh god, that's fucking nice. And then shoes, like, when you big fucker, like, I got these big wide ass feet. You buy shoes that don't fit, you're paying for it.
Absolutely.
It's not worth
I like
it.
that answer, but it's funny. As of late, I've been a no sock guy. I fell in love
Wow.
with a shoe brand named Canes, and they
Canes.
don't they
Yeah.
don't require you to wear socks. And I also like Crocs and things that, yeah, I feel like socks, they put a strain on your toes and your feet, and when it's hot, my feet get sweaty. So I'm a huge fan. I've been a huge fan of not wearing socks at all. But I do understand what you're saying. Having your feet and your hands are are four things combined that you need to use for the majority of your life, and keeping them comfortable and workable, like, to your best ability, is very, very important. So shoes, I had to grow out of picking cool shoes versus picking cool shoes that are comfortable, like at an age of my life, because I used.
Hey, that's how I know you're ready to be a father,
Bro,
Fax.
you can't, like,
That's a dad decision right
yeah,
there.
bro, like, you can't be walking around thinking you're cool with a pair of Jordans on if they're hurting your feet. Like, you'll quickly realize when you go home that, hey, like, maybe that wasn't worth it. And, like, my feet hurting for a couple of days after, I grew out of that, like, big time. So I definitely understand.
Another convo mailbag that we've got for us. What fictional car would you love to drive?
Easy. I don't know the name of it, but the Men in Black car, bro. Yo, when the Men in Black car, as a guy from New York, when they're in, I think, the Lincoln Tunnel and it's backed up in traffic, which is an absolute shit show. You want to talk about being in traffic somewhere? Being in traffic in a tunnel in New York is absolute hell. But the fact that you could press a button and drive up the ceiling and through that traffic, I remember seeing that as a kid and just being like, that shit is fire.
Yeah, and they got all the sick ass guns in the back.
All that, bro. Like, it's teed up, ready to go.
That's a 1987
Perfect.
Ford LTD Crown Vic.
Crown Vic. That's fire. A souped up Crown Vic. I love it.
Love that.
Love it. What about you, Beau?
Nice pick, Fax. All right, I got two. Our first one is the Warthog from the Halo series, more specifically the Gauss Warthog. Absolutely iconic video game car. You never forget the first time you're driving that thing. It's like, "Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun." The music comes on. You're ripping around. Oh, Halo 2. Like, oh, man, good memories. That was my first one. And then my second one, Mad Max Fury Road.
Yes.
The big-ass car with the guy in the guitar on it, who's like, his only job is just be like the hype man drummer boy for their little motor brigade. He's like this guy that's like strapped into this harness, just shredding on the guitar with like a million amps behind him. I want to rip around on that thing.
Great pick.
You're going to know I'm coming.
I think that mine would be the invisible boatmobile from SpongeBob.
Oh, my God.
Just cruising around, floating, completely see-through. You're just chilling through town. Everybody's like, what the hell is this guy doing? Just nobody knows. Nobody knows.
That would be lit.
Oh, that's why we need that Gen Z energy on the pod, folks. I love it.
All right, and our last one. Who is the greatest fictional restaurant employee of all time?
This is easy. It is Artie Bucco from The Sopranos. Artie is just your typical, like, absolute madman, but he's a good guy and a good friend at the end of the day. and he let Tony, like, he didn't really let, but like a guy that's gonna let you have a big ass tab at a nice restaurant is always a plus. And they had really good food. And Artie Bucco, as crazy as he was a very hospitable host. And I think that was dope. And he's easily like one of the best fictional restaurant servers. Or
Amen. All right, I got two as usual. Fucking first one, I'll be quick. SpongeBob SquarePants. You just mentioned the invisible car, Foch. SpongeBob SquarePants was a beast at the Krusty Krab, just whipping it up back there. Loves his job. That's all he's got, man. He's a great restaurant employee. And then my other one, a little topical, The Bear season 2. It's out on Hulu. It's a good show. I cruised through it in one day. My boy Carmi, check that out. I don't want to like any spoilers or anything, but I'm going with Carmi.
he's trash.
So we ended with 6 at the end of the days for Nate.
Oh.
So that means, Beau, you get to do the final send-off. Before we get there, remember this has been Fax and the King on the Greenlight Pod. Beau Allen, Nate Collins, releasing weekly starting on July 19th. Make sure to come check us out on YouTube, audio platforms, Twitter, Threads, Instagram, TikTok. The whole 9 yards will be there. We'll be having a good time. Beau, 6 at the end of the days for Nate. Why don't you take it away for us?
The Butter King gets a send-off. All right, Fax, you used this phrase earlier, and I absolutely loved it. I think we need to make this a reoccurring thing somehow. We'll workshop it. At the end of the day, you got to look out for those clout demons, especially if you're cruising around on Raya like I am.